Everybody, I'm Trooper Ramey. I'm going to be reading another book. This book I'm going to be reading is called Harriet. Never read this one before, so I guess we'll see what it's about. All right, it's called Harriet. All right, here we go. Harriet had escaped. Her cage was old. Some of the bars were bent. She had gnawed at them with her teeth, pushed them with her paws, and eventually they had moved just enough. And now she was free. Before her lay a huge carpet of green. Above her, giant plants spread their leafy fingers, and over all of them stretched the blue sky. Harriet's whiskers quivered. Her nose twitched. The air was full of new sounds and new smells. She scampered along the garden path, nosing this way and that. A dark shadow passed above her. Harriet scurried for cover. The shadow flew into a tree and started to sing. A rich, earthy scent led Harriet into the vegetable patch. She nibbled a spiky leaf. It tasted strange. She then nibbled some lettuce. That tasted good. The carrots and the cabbage were good too, but she did not like the slugs. They were horrible. Harriet paused to sniff the air. A weedy, watery smell made her feel thirsty. She followed the smell to the edge of a murky pond. As she leaned over to drink, a big, warty toad popped up its head. Harriet jumped and went plummeting into the pond. Flop. The little hamster bobbed in the surface like a cork. The water was cold and full of green, slimy weed that clung to her fur. Gasping and sputtering, she paddled to the edge and scampered out. A tiny, soggy, angry heap of fur. The tiny heap of fur shook itself, smoothed down its coat, cleaned its whiskers, and turned back into a little hamster. Harriet yawned sleepily. Here's a good place to sleep, thought Harriet. Under the apple tree, there was lots of holes. Something disappeared into one of them. She peered down the hole. A small face looked out. It stared at Harriet with black, beady eyes. "You can't come in here," said the little gray mouse. "Only mice live here, and you're not a mouse," said another. "You haven't got a tail." "What are you?" asked the third. Harriet told them that she was a hamster, that she did not have a tail. She turned around to show them. They seemed unimpressed. "There's no room for hamsters here," they said. "Only mice." And they vanished down the hole. Harriet tried sleeping inside a flower pot, but the cowbells stuck to her whiskers. Oh, the cobwebs stuck to her whiskers. The watering can made scary, echoing noises, and a funny old glove looked inviting but smelled musty. Near the apple tree was a compost heap. Harriet nosed her way inside. It was dark and warm. Perhaps this could be a good place to sleep, she thought. But she had not seen the large, prickly shape buried underneath the leaves. The hedgehog did not like being awoke. It uncurled itself, grunting angrily, and rushed at Harriet. That's gotta be scary. Harriet ran across the open lawn, tripping and rolling and running again. Some wire netting blocked her path. She pushed her nose underneath and wiggled through. Scampering up the side of a low wooden shed, she found herself on the roof. She scampered this way and that, looking for a place to hide. Underneath the eaves was a dark hole. Harriet scampered through and tumbled into the darkness. Squawk! A huge, foolish-faced creature flapped its wings and rushed around the coop. Harriet dived beneath a nest of warm eggs and watched as the hens scattered in every direction. Gradually, the noise died down. The air began to clear. A big, fat, feathery, plumped its body down on the top of her. She snuggled back, feeling safe and warm, and at last she fell asleep. Harriet did not awake when the hens left the nest. She did not awaken when the chubby fingers began to collect the eggs, nor did she awaken when a delightful voice squeaked, "There you are, Harriet." The sleepy little hamster was placed carefully into the egg basket. "Come on then," said the voice. "Let's take you home." But Harriet did not hear. She did not even stir. Oh, the end. All right, so there's a book called Harriet. I hope you guys enjoyed this book, and tune in next time for my next book reading. Thank you. Stay safe.